So this is to build on the first introduction to the Jo, where I showed bowing, how to handle it, how to go into Kamae, 3 ways to go into Kamae. So I won't review that with this one, at least I don't think I will, but I'd like to go over some of the just easy drills that we do after our warm-up. When we're doing our warm-ups with Bokken and Jo, we're holding the weapons and doing all of our stretching, breathing, and everything, all to incorporate the weapon into ourselves and vice versa. Okay? You wind up being one with the weapon and then beyond. Okay? So the weapons are good in the sense that you're learning how to transfer energy through something else, and then beyond that, something else. So when you're taking hold of your partner, you bring it into yourself, you move yourself through them, and then beyond them. Okay? So it's worthwhile training if you're doing weapons work properly. Okay? Always remembering about the body, extending out from there. Okay? So I'm holding it right hand as a basic way of moving around with the Jo. Okay? I can lift it up, okay? Bow in with it, okay? And then back. Okay? Just a nice, easy way to start to get to be familiar with the hands in the Jo is just to tick-tock it back and forth. Like a metronome, going back and forth. And you can start to move a little bit more with that until you're finally going from one Hamni into the other. Right Kamae, left Kamae. Okay, so Kamae again is at my hip. Okay? Hands at the end. Okay? Hands are on top a little bit rather than this. Okay? And the Jo has a little bit of an angle facing up. Then it comes in close, as I've done the full practice. It can even brush my hair, okay, and go to the other side. But you can start to go back to what it was and let it open up from there. It gets closer and closer. Changing your Hamni each time you get a full turn, and weight is off with the front foot, so you need to move forward. Okay? By the time you turn, weight's on the back foot. Okay? Just doesn't need to be fully on the back foot, but you can play with all that. Okay? The majority of the balance is on the back foot, so you can pick this up relatively easy. So this teaches you how to remain where you're at until it's necessary to turn. Okay. Then from a Kamae, by the way, with a Jo, standard Kamae is left Kamae. Okay? So Hidari Kamae. Okay? Whereas the Bokken is with the right. Okay? So we can do the same kind of mindful practice of switching the feet and switching the hands. If you like. Okay, up to you. Okay. Building on that, if I have a reverse grip, okay, I can draw this back, then switch in Kamae. Draw it back, switch into Kamae. So first way of doing any of these, just like when you're going into the Kamaes from the other positions, from being down, is to just be in a ready stance. Okay? Then it can be a hit. Okay? And it has a feeling of doing Aiki-jo. Okay? Aiki-jo. Okay? So from here, reverse grip, draw it back, okay, right hand still out, okay, left hand comes in, hit, Kamae, hit, Kamae. Basic being that the back foot comes to the front foot, okay, and then the front foot goes back. with the Jo, one hand is moving while the other hand is stationary, so like a pool cue. Yeah? So as the right hand draws back, left hand goes to the end. Okay? Switching my feet. Okay? Then you can practice whatever you're imagining. Blocking a ski that comes to the face. Or hitting down, hitting down, hitting down, hitting down. Okay? The other drill that is good to get used to with the Jo is the figure 8. We do it all the time, but the figure 8 movement, this sort of movement, comes into play with so much and with so many things. Okay? You're moving from your hips, your center, okay? And it's accentuated through your hand and then beyond. Okay? So if I'm doing this, okay, I've got the Jo in the right hand, okay? Just start to move hips first. Okay? And it's really 4 hits. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a tendency that people want to take this arm away to protect it, but then you're training the Jo to go next to your body, and you're training yourself to be afraid, holding your arm in an unnatural position. So I recommend just keeping it relaxed. If it gets hit, it gets hit, but you're training the Jo to go beyond your arm and your body. Okay? Hand is making a flat figure 8. An infinity symbol, right? Nod up and down, okay? Like a drum major in a parade. Flat, 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 flat. Then it has a feeling of protecting one side and then the other. Main thing is get into the flow of it, okay? Don't think so much about the striking of it, okay? Because again, that's going to distract you from the body movement. Do this as a body movement exercise and see how you can coordinate the movement through you, through the Jo. Then if you want to practice switching hands, you can keep your hands steady, okay, like together, okay, and then practice switching from one to the other. I'm taking it off so you can see more clearly. Okay? It's one of the hardest ways to do this exercise, where the feet are underneath the shoulders, hips are square, and then your center and your hips are moving back and forth a little bit. Next way to actually be in a Hamni, if the right foot is forward, right hand is out, okay, then besides just going back and forth, you're moving forward and back. Okay? So again, we have a rowing exercise feeling, but then you have a rotation of the hips back and forth. Okay? So it looks like this. When you want to switch,